Nice.
Epic, dude.
Hi, it's Sophie here. I'm at Brixton Academy with Jacoby and Jerry of Papa Roach. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking.
Good. How are
Wonderful.
you? Good. How does it feel to be back in London?
It's great. I'm really glad to be here. It's the last couple of shows before we head home. We've done a European tour. We started in Russia, did a gang of dates over there, and we've made our way west. And so we're on our way back home, and it's a great way to wind up this European run.
Yeah, we did a couple of sleepy shows in Amsterdam and Belgium, so we're ready for some real rockers.
A proper rowdy British crowd.
We can bring it.
Oh yes, you can. One of the best on the planet.
Yes.
This venue in particular too. Brixton Academy is just steeped in rock and roll history.
Think of the bodies that have been in this dressing room.
Oh, dude, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Greats have been in this dressing room.
Yeah.
Mike Patton from Faith No More is probably peed in that corner over there. It's pretty awesome.
Sniff it out a little bit. Well, no, on my own there. How are you usually feeling about, say we've got, 3 hours before your show? The nerves rumbling with you yet? Or?
We don't really get nerves much anymore. Just, I guess, for lack of a better term, another day at the office.
Dude, you know what's weird though?
Huh.
Today I woke up and I was just like tripping. Like,
really?
Yeah, I don't know why, man. I'm like, I get weird at the end of tours, I think. I think that's kind of what it is. I'm getting ready to go home, you know, so I'm like a little anxious, more than normal. I'm like, once I step on though, I'll be good to go.
Do you think actually the nerves might make a bigger performance?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's all building up to like, you know, this playing at this venue, you know, like I said earlier, there's a lot of great history at this venue. We've had great shows at this venue. We have we got to uphold who the fuck we are, you know what I'm saying? Because P. Roach, we come and rip it, and we don't want to let our fans down, especially, you know, it's like we got a new record that's out. I just had vocal surgery like a few months ago. So to be able to like come back from me personally being quite defeated and be back at Brixton ready to rip this shit to shreds, it's going to be very liberating tonight. We're going to kill it.
Yeah, and now I think you had your first performance after the surgery. Was it a live one on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, talk about putting me under the microscope the first time. I'm like,
you want to talk about nerves?
Yeah, dude, I was nervous as fuck. You know, but we went on there and we pulled it off, you know, and it felt really good to be back and singing and have my voice back, and it's been cool. This tour has been great for me to really like hone it. You know, because I think I came back strong, but it's like it's even stronger now. And, you know, we're doing like 3 in a row shows, and usually like the third show in a row, my voice is hoarse. Yeah. And it's like I haven't had an issue this whole tour. And so I'm just like, everything I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing.
So you got all the warm-up stuff and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, just my lifestyle that I'm living right now, my discipline in my lifestyle, obviously, and also the warm-ups and my discipline with the warm-ups. And, you know, mixed that with a shit ton of passion and conviction, and we're going to kill.
Definitely. Now, I want to talk about your new album, The Connection. Now, I think you said it's your best work to date. You're really proud of it. But do you always get that feeling after you've completed an album that this is our best work? Or do you think this one really is different and it's genuinely your best?
I think to some degree we get that feeling, you know, just because it's new and you know, we've worked a long time on it. But this one, I think, is different. You know, we've kind of stepped out a little bit, taken some chances, and you know, I think some of what has to do with it is that, you know, we did it in our own place. We did it our way. We did it. You know, he was going through hell while we were doing it, and you know, the whole journey was just it becomes part of the album for us, you know what I mean? So I just think, you know, yeah,
it's one of those records, I think, you know, especially for me, like Jared said, you know, it's like, I went through hell, and yes, I did go through hell, you know, and I unfortunately, I was the one that, you know, kind of set myself up to go through hell, you know, and it's no secret. I got substance abuse issues and stuff, and, you know, in the process of the record, yet again, I'm fucking out of my mind. And I'm not myself, and it's just it just had a hold of me, you know, and changed me completely. And I decided that, you know, I can't do this anymore. I keep saying that to myself. I keep sobering up, you know, and so I cleaned up, you know, and a couple weeks later, I split up with my wife of 14 years at the time, and I was just like, everything that was like made my life stable, I was just like a raw fucking nerve. And so just being in more pain than I've ever been in my personal life, I think ever, it was just, I really saw the power of music in the process of making this record, because, you know, all I felt and all I saw was pain in my personal life. And then I would come to the studio and I would start writing and I would start expressing myself, or start, you know, just losing myself in the music. And that was when I felt relief. You know, I was like, fuck, like I can breathe again.
Yeah.
And so it was definitely like cathartic for me. And that's why this record is so special, you know. And fast forward, you know, the wife comes back. You know, I've got my shit together. My band respects and loves me. I respect and love myself. Fucking, we got an amazing record that we can all look back on and go, wow, like that was hard.
It's worth it.
But it was so, yeah, it was like everything that I went through was exactly what I needed to go through to be where I'm at right now. You know, I mean, it sounds kind of cliche, but it's like that's life, man. It's like, it just, you can't control what's going to happen. And so you just kind of, you know, you got to live life on life's terms. And that sometimes is hard as fuck.
How important was it that you had a producer like James Michael that you clicked with and felt relaxed with, and that you were in an environment that was kind of homely as well to you kind of making the album you wanted to make?
It makes the whole process easier, better.
It's made it fun,
more fluid, and fun. You know, we've worked with producers that don't give as much input, or don't know how to communicate their ideas, or, you know, things that they want to change or whatever. But, you know, he's a musician, he's also a producer, and, you know, he came to us in our studio, and it was just, you know, just made for an amazing experience.
Yeah, I think it was like the exact way we've always kind of like imagined on how to make a record. We finally got to do it. Yeah. So it's we have our spot now, you know, Sacramento. We got it dialed in right down there on Devil Street. You know, we got that spot.
Yeah, and that you incorporated electronic elements in this as well.
Yeah.
How do you kind of find the balance of getting experimental but kind of keeping that rock core in there?
I mean, that's not hard for us. You know, I think it's like the spirit of P. Roach is, you know, we got a hard rock spirit, but we like to dabble in other styles and keep it fresh, you know. And growing up in the era that we did, you know, there was a really like a soundtrack that was a big influence on a lot of music. It was the Judgment Night soundtrack, and it was like bands that mixed hip hop and rock music. And so we grew up listening to, you know, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, Metallica, Front 242, and Nine Inch Nails, Prodigy, and Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. You know, so it was like we listened to all these different, you know, and Bob Marley, you know, we listened to reggae and dub music, you know, and so we always listen to a very wide range of music. I mean, that's just, you know, one of my favorite groups is Mike Snow, and they're not a fucking rock band. They're like this whole other, but I just love music. And I think that we can't help but to let our love for music just kind of infiltrate what we do. You know, we still maintain our character of who we are, but it's like, you got to evolve. I mean, we feel like we do.
We do, yeah.
And I think you also look back to like classic rock, like AC/DC as well, and Queen for the first time.
Oh yeah, I mean, that was like, you know, a few years ago when we were making Paramore sessions, like 5 years ago. We were on the vinyl kick, hardcore, man. We just went back and like, because, you know, like I said, we grew up listening to Rage Against the Machine, Beastie Boys, and that. I really didn't grow up on AC/DC and Led Zeppelin and that stuff. It wasn't until like, you know, 5 years ago that I really went back and fell in love with groups like Queen and Supertramp and, you know, ELO and, you know, just like all these different kinds of like classic music that just are so epic, you know. So it's cool to really broaden the ranges of our musical spectrums, if you will.
I think hip hop again as well.
Fuck yeah.
Bit of Kanye and Jay-Z combo.
Yeah, I like that kind
J. Cole.
Yeah, I love J. Cole. I think J. Cole's dope. He's got this track called Who Dat. That's just, the video is really cool. And when I saw that, I was like, fuck, like, I forgot about hip hop. Like, you know, because it just came so watered down and kind of bougie that I was just like, ugh, like, you know, I'm not about the champagne and the hose, you know, like, and I don't know, it's just something, it's just a little more grimy and a little more real that I like about J. Cole. And definitely I do like the Jay-Z Kanye West album. There's just something like dangerous about that record.
Yeah, Jay-Z can do no wrong in my eyes.
He's fucking dope, yeah.
So cool. Also, you seem to be thinking a lot about your fans. You're very involved in social network, and using all sorts of apps and technology that's around. Is that something that you really enjoy and you're into, or is it a necessary evil to an extent?
I think for Jacoby and I, it's more of it's fun.
We love it.
Yeah.
It's not as
Yeah.
it's not as much work, you know. The other guys,
We got to twist Tobin's arm.
they don't really care about it. You know.
Twitter,
Yeah.
bah. Facebook, bah.
They've kind of gone kicking and screaming, and you know, every once in a while, Tobin
You'll catch him.
We'll catch him, kind of, you know, posting something. And we're going, what are you doing?
No.
What are you doing, Tobin?
It's fun though, man.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, we get to kind of just stay in touch with the fans, and you know, because it's important to know what your fans think about, you know, gauging the barometer of how they feel about what's going on with your band,
Yeah.
and also just having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, and just, you know, talking about BS, having goofy conversations, or you know, like, where should we play? You know, what cities should we come to? You know, what song should be the next single?
Yeah.
You know, what's a cool idea for a T-shirt? Do you like this T-shirt? You know, and so you know, I think it's really cool to be able to stay connected. You know, we came in the era of street teams, so it was man to man. You know, we were out there handing out flyers face to face, and then as our career has grown since 1993, as you know, because we started way back in the day. And now it's like we've seen how, you know, the internet has kind of changed the way that you can connect with people. And so we've embraced it.
Is there anything that you look back on that you have revealed or done that you think, actually, I think we went too far? We
You can go delete it. Whatever.
Not always. It's out there on the internet.
We were talking about that though on the way over here. I was like, man, it's like, we were talking about this band. They had this moment on stage that was totally embarrassing and terrible. And it was caught on tape and it's on YouTube and everybody can watch it.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God we had most of our moments like that before YouTube was huge. You know, it's like you get caught in a club doing a fucking line of coke off a fucking stripper's titty, and the next thing you know, you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you got to watch yourself, you know what I'm saying? But that's cool. That's cool with me now because I'm not doing lines of coke off strippers' titties. So.
What's the new
I'm good.
vice then? What's the new naughty thing that you guys do 10 years in the game?
I mean, naughty's, you know, naughty's for the bedroom, you know, and I keep that with me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, as far as like for us, it's like, I've been there, done that. I've partied hard enough to kill a small village. And, you know, I'm grateful that sober's like my new high. Like I was talking about it yesterday with a friend. It's like, it's its own trip, you know, and it's my thing. And, you know, people can judge me or say whatever the fuck they want, but it's my life and I'm living it and I'm enjoying it, you know? And you know, for us, it's like, I don't know, we just get off on, you know, I guess you're a car guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we have our things that we get off on. You know, we kind of, some of it maybe we make public, and some of it we just keep for ourselves.
Yeah.
And, you know, we just, I think, you know, just in general, as life goes on, you just kind of move on to different things, and, you know, you're able to appreciate, you know, maybe the simpler things in life. And, you know, we're
Sex and food.
We're food junkies, and
Yeah.
maybe, you know, I'm just starting to get into a little bit of culture.